The two of them were talking and not realizing the live stream was still going. But Trump said, hey, you're going to need to build more prisons because I'm going to send American citizens to your prisons.
Demanded the people wanted to change over country, and they wanted. He demanded, they love you.
Is Tommy there?
I'm not sure supporter. I want him to do, homegrown criminals next. Yeah. I said, homegrowns are next. The homegrowns, you got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's fair. All right? It's not big enough. No, yeah, come on. So this is a much different office than you're.
So, oh my God, Donald Trump says, I am going to send American prisoners to the prisons in El Salvador. I'm sorry, you don't have the right to export American citizens to a foreign country.
So glad you used the word export, because you can't use deport, because you can't deport an American citizen. This is what dictatorship looks like. And so many people who wanted to, you've seen Roland, how many, I think probably on like day 2 or even before the election, you were like, yeah, we already in a constitutional crisis. But all these other places were arguing for days. Well, if we get to this point, it's a crisis. If we get to this point, there's no more discussion for any of these guys anymore. When a president can outright just lie and then talk about getting rid of, ignoring the Constitution, calling this man a terrorist, and on top of that, he needs all of his staff there because he has no real basis understanding of what's of each individual case that's out there. So he'll go to Miller. What was the case? Pam Bondi. Oh, which one was that? And let them do all of the talking. You all need to understand, as Justice Sotomayor said it last week, what he wants to do is to be able to round everybody up who disagrees with him. So everybody who was out there talking about, we don't care about folks getting deported, or, y'all are having these find out moments and all of the other type of stuff. We are all in this together now, if you were not clear. 9-0 ruling under the Supreme Court, and he decided to ignore them wholeheartedly. Welcome to the dictatorship. And a dictatorship doesn't have to be everybody's under rule. It's just that the people that they want to be ruled over are the ones being ruled over. And so if y'all are not going to get this now, if you're not going to challenge this now, what are you going to do? People are talking about resting. What are you waiting for? Because really, at the end of the day, nobody is safe. And when they were in a court a couple of weeks ago, one of the judges asked, does that mean that they can just come up and round me up? And the attorney didn't answer. So if there's any question about whether this man is going to respect the rule of law, we all knew that this was the case. We all knew this was coming. It was emphatically made clear today. This man is not a terrorist. He's a resident of my state, and he was under temporary protective status under Trump's first administration. But now all of a sudden they want to call him this and snatch him off the streets and take him from his 3 children, one of them who's autistic, and do this to him. They can do this to him. They can do it to anybody. America better watch out.
Eugene, I remember a whole bunch of these loudmouth FBA Negroes saying, oh yeah, they can't deport us. They can deport them. They can't deport us because we foundational Black Americans. What it sounds to me like, oh, we gonna export you. We ain't gonna call it deport, but we gonna ship some Black people to El Salvadorian prisons.
And look, he told him, say you need 5 more of these things, and I believe that prison hosts 100,000 people. The issue is here, right? We're already in a constitutional crisis. When you have a president that openly just disrespects the rule of law, you have a Supreme Court that included Alito and Clarence Thomas ruling with a 9-0 majority that the United States government needs to facilitate bringing this gentleman back. When you have a president that is now saying that district courts have no say over what happens over the executive branch, folks should probably be more than a little worried, right? Because, first it started with the person that was here illegally, then it went to the protected status person, then it went to the green card holder, and now he's already laid out and straight up said, look, we're going to eventually send homegrown U.S. citizens here. And the thing is this, right? The Constitution only protects you as long as everybody respects it. And we're at a point where Donald Trump is openly saying, after the Supreme Court, after district courts, F the Constitution, F your actual rights. What he says is law. And he has a full staff and no guardrails there to stop him this time around. So yeah, these FBA folk that either set out the election or they're standing on some other type of business, they might want to get their shit together pretty quickly because hey, you could be next.
Support the work that we do. Join our Bring the Funk fan club. You heard what we just talked about there. Folks, I can't reiterate this enough. Listen to me clearly. I cannot reiterate this enough. When you've got technology companies running scared, when you've got legacy media not doing their job, when you've got black-owned media that is disintegrated, now is more than ever for us to have independent media that cares about the truth, that is willing to say what needs to be said. So when you support Roland Martin Unfiltered, this show, when you support the Black Star Network, you're not just supporting me, you're supporting the other shows. Our goal is to add 2 more shows this year. We want additional shows. We want more weekly and daily shows because we want to be able to speak truth to power. We want to be able to say what is necessary where other people are scared. And when you are scared, when you're looking over your shoulder, oh my God, that advertising contract is not going to come in. Well, guess what? A lot of these major ad agencies, they're not even supporting us anyway. You know, in 6 years of doing this show, Group M hasn't done a damn thing with us. Publicis hasn't done anything with us. You've got Horizon, you've got all of these folks, they haven't done jack. And so we are calling it like we see it, and we're speaking truth. And unlike some of these other so-called progressives and people who believe in truth, I'm not running around trying to kiss MAGA ass and kiss Trump's ass. I won't be going to Mar-a-Lago, not for a damn thing. And so this is about us being able to speak truth. So when you support this show and this network with your resources, that is exactly what is happening, because we are trying to build something that is bigger and broader, and actually it has the courage to say what needs to be said, even when it makes other folk uncomfortable. If you want to contribute giving Cash App, use the Stripe QR code. This is it right here. And if you are listening, simply go to blackstarnetwork.com to check it out. Also, if you want to see your checking money order, some of y'all old school, we understand that. See your checking money order to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C., 2003 7-0196. PayPal, R. Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle, Roland at RolandSMartin.com, Roland at RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. And again, folks, we've got some 4 million social media followers. If only 20,000 of our fans contribute at least $50 each, which comes out to $4.19 a month, 13 cents a day, that's $1 million. That allows us to be able to continue to build, to add these shows and do the work that's required. So your support is needed. So please join our Bring the Funk fan club today. If you've not already joined, if you have given to us in the past, please renew your commitment, because it's important that we support Black-owned media, because Black-owned media matters.